Alright guys, hope you're having a good day. Hope you've had a good week. Not really been on here much. Man, I was going to get on here yesterday, but Google had to take, if y'all ain't into the stock market or nothing like that, Google had to take a dump yesterday, and I just wanted to make sure that, like YouTube, a couple of the, divisions in Google are doing okay. Apparently, YouTube is killing it, guys. YouTube is killing it. So, good news for YouTube. But apparently, Google is having some issues with their cloud division, but it only accounts for like 11% of everything that they make. I mean, just YouTube alone and Google search engine makes billions of dollars a year for them. So, but yeah, I freaked out, man. I was like, oh my God, Google's crashing, YouTube's probably crashed, YouTube is probably sucking. So I wanted to make sure that YouTube was doing okay, I guess. That's the business side of me, so a lot of y'all don't see that much. Anyway, I got to thinking about what Don Wells said, and Tim Mullins and Don Wells. They were claiming, well, they took the kids, and there's not been any charges, right? And last few days I've been thinking about that. I thought, well, wait a minute. If it was so bad that they had to take the kids out of the home, why wasn't there any charges? And see, I don't know nothing about CPS or how all that stuff works. So I got to doing some research. I called the juvenile division, the juvenile court, and I asked them. I said, "Listen, if kids are removed from the home, who's in charge of, who brings the charges? Like, if there's any charges, who brings those charges on the parents, right? I mean, is CPS involved in that? Is it police? Who who's in charge of charges?" And I think I've got the video clip, so let me play it for you here. Hey, I just got a quick question for you. We were having a discussion this morning, and I come up with a really good question. And so, like, if kids are removed from parents through CPS, like if they, feel that they need to be removed, and they remove them, if charges are to come on the parents, like neglect or whatever, who determines the charges? Is that something through CPS, or is that handled through law enforcement?
Sure.
Right, if there's any, yeah.
That would be between law enforcement and the district attorney's office.
Oh, okay, so that has nothing to do with CPS.
Correct.
Okay, that's what we were wondering.
I mean, they can ask for their input, but they're not the ones that make the decision. So,
apparently, police and the district attorney are the ones responsible for, levying charges against the parents if children are removed from the home. And I would think 9 times out of 10, if it's so serious that kids are removed from the home, I would think 9 times out of 10, there's going to be charges against the parents or whoever's watching the kids. I would think 9 times out of 10. But Don Wells and Tim Mullins got a point. Where's the charges? Where's the charges? Don B's got some insight here. And again, this is what I heard. So, and if any of you guys have heard this too, let me know. That means you got insight too. So, it was my understanding that when CPS did go up there to remove the kids, that I guess Ronnie Lawson and CPS kind of had a little, tiff. I guess Ronnie wasn't really wanting CPS to remove the kids, but CPS finally broke down and told Ronnie Lawson, you know, we're doing our job. If you got a problem with us keeping these kids safe, you just better step the hell aside, because we don't need your permission to take these kids. And they don't. I got to do some research. I've got a whole list here of what CPS can legally do, and I'm going to go over it. But is this why there's not been any charges on Don and Candace? Because of Ronnie Lawson and the district attorney. See, the police and the district attorney work together to bring charges on the parents when kids are removed from the home. That's what they said. That's what juvenile court said. So is Ronnie Lawson and Dan Armstrong, are they, you know, what's going on here? Are they the ones that are not wanting to? I mean, they have to. Those are ultimately those are the ones who have to bring charges against Don and Candace for those kids getting taken out of the home. CPS can't do it. They said CPS can give recommendation on charges, but ultimately it has to be the police and the district attorney who files the charges. And that would be Ronnie Lawson and Dan Armstrong. My question is, I mean, I'm sorry. This is one time I've got to agree with Don. Where's the charges? Hawkins County. Where's the charges? So, yeah, Dan Armstrong, where's the charges? 2.5 years. And them kids were removed, if I'm not mistaken, on an emergency basis. There should have been charges. So what makes Don and Candace so special? Because if it'd me and you, oh hell, we'd been under the jail. I guarantee it, if it'd been me and you. So what's going on here, guys? What's going on here? Okay, so what CPS can legally do? CPS can investigate reports, even if they are false. CPS can connect you with valuable resources. In some instances, they may even have the ability to provide financial help. Well, Don and Candace could definitely have used that, huh? I guess CPS wasn't. I guess CPS was probably sick of them and wasn't. Yeah, they're probably like, no, we know where that money's going to go. We're not giving them any financial help, right? CPS can meet with your child without your permission. It says this may be concerning, but it's true. CPS workers are entitled to meet with your kids without receiving your permission and without you present. It's common for CPS to speak with your child before speaking to you. This is done so that guilty parents don't have the opportunity to coach. Are you ready for this? This is done so that guilty parents don't have the opportunity to coach or threaten their kids into providing certain answers. I may come back to that one day. I'm gonna hold on to this webpage. I may have to come back to that one day, huh? This is done so that guilty parents don't have the opportunity to coach or threaten their kids into providing certain answers. Well, Hunter wasn't Candace's kid, and we all know she went over there and, in my opinion, I would consider it witness tampering. Maybe threatening. Because remember what Hunter said? Well, she don't scare me. So apparently she was just trying to intimidate him or something for him to say that. She don't scare me. So I mean, and there again, supposedly Allie called Detective Pruitt and said, "Hey, they just left up here, come up here, yada yada with my son, you know." They could have got her for witness tampering. I don't know if it's a felony or a misdemeanor, but again, it's another chargeable offense for an arrest. I mean, hell, there were witnesses. CPS can demand that you follow a plan. CPS may demand that you follow a safety and service plan. These aren't typically court ordered, which means they cannot truly be enforced. There you go. I'll read that again. These are not typically court ordered. Didn't know that. Which means they cannot truly be enforced. So remember that, guys. If next time you see Don Wells drunk on YouTube, Candace drunk on YouTube, doing whatever they're doing, if it's not court ordered, cannot be enforced. But if you choose not to follow the plan, CPS can tell the court that you are being uncooperative. There's that uncooperative word again. But I guess I'll play a Leslie Earhart card and be like, well, we won't get into defining what cooperation is at this point. It only creates more speculation, as she says. Anyway, y'all like those looks I give, don't you? CPS can use anything you say can be used against you. So, Dawn, Candace, Tim Mullins, anybody out there helping the Wells, anything you say can be used against you. It says, be careful what you say to CPS because they can and will use this information you provide against you. And for the folks in the back, let me read that again. Be careful what you say to CPS because they can and will use any information you provide against you. CPS can remove your children from the home. Here we go, guys. CPS has the right to legally remove your kids from your home under particular circumstances. They must have a court order or, I'll read that again, they must have a court order or be able to prove that your child is in imminent danger in order to take your child from you. Ronnie Lawson, Dan Armstrong. Where's the charges? Imminent danger includes things like physical harm, sexual conduct, neglect, firearms left out in the open, and last, CPS can terminate your parental rights. And this one is not very long at all. It just says, it is a lengthy and complex process. And in capital letters it says, but it is possible. So there you go, guys. It's what CPS can legally do. So, I like that one. Anything you say can be used against you. I like that one, and what was the other one I like on here? Oh yeah, the one where CPS can meet with your children without your permission so that guilty parents don't have the opportunity to coach or threaten their kids into providing certain answers. The bird just hit the porch. Poor thing. A bird just slammed into the porch, guys. I'm going to go check on it. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Again, Ronnie Lawson and Dan Armstrong, where's the charges? In my opinion, those boys were removed from 110 Ben Hill Road because they were in CPS's situation here. They were probably in imminent danger. That's why they were removed from the home. Right. And these, and you got, physical harm, sexual conduct, neglect, firearms left out in the open. Where's the charges, Ronnie Lawson? Dan Armstrong. I ain't gonna let this go, Emma. Anyway, drop some comments below, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, I hope you're having a great week, and I should be back on here tomorrow. So, again, Don B got another great video day for you. So, start throwing them comments down below, and I'll see y'all next one. Peace.